Hey everyone, I'm back to share two cards that I made. Two more Christmas cards down. Let me show you what I used and then I'll show you my cards. It all started with the Giant Ginger from My Creative Time. I used this die and the stamp, as well as her, I don't know what this is called now, the Baking Up Love. This has the spatula, I believe, with it. No, I think this is a newer set. I have the set with the spatula and the icing, as well as the rolling pin and the spoon that came out. And this stamp set, Baking Up Love. And here's the original stamp that came with the spatula. I think I used this one as well. The Baking Spirits Bright out of the set. Jingle All the Way is what that's called. So that stamp and die set. And then I used my cookie sheet die. This die is from Close to My Heart. I don't remember the name of the set though, but it does have a stamp set that's got like a recipe card. I just store it this way because I knew I'd be using the die more than the stamp. So that's a cooling rack. And here's the paper that I used. This paper is from Lawn Fawn. It is a embossed wood grain. So you can see it pretty clearly. I cut out some of the utensils. This is from Lawn Fawn. It's the paper bag color of cardstock. There's 10 sheets in a pack and it's 100 pound. I use this for my gingers a lot. And then this Tim Holtz Ideology. I use this color. I know this looks brown here, but I promise you it's not. It's more like a pewter color. So this is the craft stock. It's craft on the back and metallic on the front. You can see the two colors. And then the last thing I used for paper is this Martha Stewart Crafts 12 by 12. Now this is a retired pad, so if you're looking for this, it's called Cottage Christmas, and it is from 2012. So it's more than 10 years old. What I did, because I know it's retired and I love this paper, was I scanned it in so that I could have more sheets printed if I was in. I have specific papers that I like in here, and some that I'll probably not like to use, but this is one of my favorite patterns in this pad. So that's this one right here. And of course this guy. So there's other sheets, but anyway, didn't use those. So that's the paper that I used. I also used this ink. I have two, well, very similar pads from Lawn Fawn. One is called Crunchy Leaf and the other one is Dough. I think one is slightly lighter than the other. That's just my opinion when I used it. So I used that to edge my gingerbread, and then I used my VersaFine in the Vintage Sepia to stamp my sentiments. I did use this brush here and palette. This palette is from Jane Davenport, and this is the Palette Pastel lit up version. She's got like, I think 3 or 4 different versions of the palette, and I tried a couple of different colors. Settled on this one right here, Hula Hoop. I wrote the names on the palette so I would know. Hula Hoop is the color because I used, you know, the darker color for my gingers. So this red fine tip pen, doesn't really matter what it's from. I think it's from Sargent. Somebody gave me a whole pack of them. This Diana Markham stamp from Stamp Passions. Anna, hi Anna. She gifted me this oh my gosh, 2 years ago. I think, or maybe it was last year, but it says 11/21. Maybe it was 2021. I don't know. But it's got a bunch of gingers on it. She had come upon a great stash of ginger collector's stamps. This American Crafts twine. This is not a jute twine. This is more like a cotton twine. So I like how it lays, and I just used that. I had some buttons that I had to put some threading through, and you'll see the buttons. This Distress Rock Candy Glitter, had to use that, and I think that's it. Okay, so let me see if I can move this a little bit to show you my cards. So here is the first one. So this card base is that paper bag color, same color as the ginger, and then I did ink around the edges of my ginger to make the cookie look a little bit crisper on the edges. There's that cookie rack, and you can see it's more of like a gunmetal gray. I like that metallic. It's more like a real cooling rack. And I did dip the little trimmings for the ginger in the glitter that I showed you to get it to do that. I used this dries white glue first, and then I dipped it in the glitter. So all the little white accent pieces on the ginger are glittered up. And then the rolling pin, you saw the die cut for that. I cut that brown paper. Here's the buttons that I added the threading to. And it says, it's cookie season. This paper is from that Martha Stewart paper. I actually had a scrap of it because I was trying to make some other cards. Those didn't work out, or they're not finished yet. So we'll see how those turn out. And then there's the little face stamp from the coordinating stamp for the ginger. So that's my first card. That's the inside. There's that Diana Markham stamp. And I stamped here Baking Spirit Sprite and then just added a little bit of the scrap paper on the inside. And I stamped a different stamp here, the Gingerbreads in the bowl, and just colored it up a little bit and signed my card. So that's the first one. The second one is this one right here. Very similar. I love this red plaid pattern, as you know. So this one is very similar. Instead of having the rolling pin, I use the spatula. And this is a different, it's not a button because it's not got a shank on it, but it's a flat back embellishment of holly with little berries. I thought it would be cute to put on the spatula here. And same buttons, again they're threaded, and then of course you can see all of the other elements on the card. So cute. The blush is a lot stronger on this one. I just used a little bit that was left over on the brush to do this. Again, ink the edges of the gingerbread a little bit to make her look a little crisper on the edges, like she was cooked or baked. So there's the inside of this card. And again, I didn't stamp the back yet. I need to do that. So those are the two cards I have to share with you today. Still making Christmas cards, but I wanted to go ahead and get this filmed and out to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you soon, hopefully. And happy crafting. Bye.